And if you don't have a cat, enjoy some dog toys. This is interactive right here. It's an interactive dog toy right here. See? Things come out and you play all day with the dog. Man, Disneyland's real popular right now. And some days it costs $1 to get in. Yeah, the prophecy came true.
Chick-fil-A.
No, Chick-fil-A. It's like a church. So it's really happening is the actual studio got a hold of me. They said, you can't use any of our stuff. You can't be real at all. So I'm trying to be real fake. See? Picture, if you will, a place where a man, Cole Spivey, and a woman, Linda Spivey, his wife, can time travel through, well, time and space. And that's what most of all of this is about. Because I'm a big believer in time travel, and so is Linda. And we're going to prove to you that time travel is actually real. Linda Spivey now is about to construct a algorithm or software to explain all the details of time travel and how to work. It's going to be mostly software program.
Can you squirt me, please?
We'll do that later.
No.
Here we go.
Yeah.
The first part of it is that you have to be completely engulfed in the software. The software will be liquefied. So it's liquefied software that can actually form onto your skin and body. Then it puts you in, just like Tron, puts you into the system and takes you to a separate time and space where you can experience all of history, up to everything that's been recorded either by word or by photo. Word is the harder one. The photo one is easier because we know the dimensions and everything. The word one we have to recreate. So if we want to go back to time to visit Jesus, we have to recreate those words in the software and go back to that time and space, that parallel universe, which is what time travel is. It's a different universe. It's kind of like extra data out there in space or extra storage space. We go into that storage space, but first we have to cover ourselves with the software that's liquefied. And that's what we're going to prove that can happen. And Linda is actually constructing it right now in her own software program, and she's also making notes with a pen. Where's that pen? Show the pen that you're using. This is a historical moment here, October 8th of 2022. Show the pen that you picked up, the ink pen. Just show it real quick, just so we can done. So what we'll be able to do is go back, and from this very pen, we'll be able to create a software or algorithm or something like that. You can show all the dimensions of the pen itself and then everything around it. So then, when that's stored into another time and space in the universe or into what's called dark matter, it can be recreated and from this very pen. So little items and stuff that are recorded, that's how it'll go back and recreate that time and space. And then the person that'll be engulfed, or almost like a baptism in the software, that'll be completely, say baptized in the software, will completely be disintegrated and then recreated into another time and space. And that, my friend, is time travel. It all starts with this very pen. It's really cool. We'll be able to go back in time and be there in the present moment, and when Elliot Smith was either stabbed or stabbed himself, and we'll be able to time travel, just like Minority Report. It'll just be very similar to Tom Cruise in Minority Report, and we'll go back in to investigate it, but we won't really be able to interfere with time, so we'll only be able to see it. We won't be able to touch it, but it'll be just as real. It'll be physical. We'll be able to see it, and it'll be physicalized, but it all created with a software program. Oh, got a McDonald's order. There. That creates a little dark brown, dark thing on your nose if you drink it. If you drink it too hard, it'll stick right there on the end of your nose. You gotta be careful. You don't want to have any imperfections at all. You know what I mean? Just put it this way. The memory and the search and the stimulus, which is part of the algorithm, will be in the software. So you'll have the memory in there. You'll have the search and you'll have the stimulus. So all of it will be there in the software, but it will be done all at the same time and without being there. Does that make sense? So in this instance, in dark matter, you have to have something that is there, and then you have to have something that is not there in order for it to work. And when we find the not, or what we call the not there, which is in the universe there, then it's another form of dark matter. Because dark matter is still there. This is what's not there. So it's even more radical than dark matter. So when you think of dark matter, you're thinking of the wrong thing when you time travel. You have to think of what's not there and what's there. And dark matter's there. So dark matter's not really what can be used because we know of it. So once we find what is not there, then we match that with an algorithm. We have the search, the memory, and the stimulus. We find it there to be reprogrammed in what is not there. Then once we arrive there, okay, then we can start the storage and start building from the not there stuff and then start to become that. But we have to replicate it. You have to think of not 0 and 1. You have to think of 0, 1, and what is not even there. Don't hide it. We know you have the algorithm. So she has the algorithm that starts with the search and the memory and the stimulus. So once that is in part of the program, which is part of time travel, you have to find what is not there. So you can't really think about it. It's like the opposite of thinking. It's something that's the opposite of space, the opposite of what we are. Then we fill that space out in the universe, which it's not there because we can't see it. So it's beyond dark matter. It's a theory that I call the not there theory. So even the theory itself doesn't exist because you can't think of it that way. You can't think of anything in forward motion or backward. It's beyond any type of thought. But once we find it, then we'll be able to appear there. And that's the first part of time travel. Time travel. Picture, if you will, two people traveling in time and space and then appearing in somewhere that's called the not there.
Is it?
Okay, it's exactly 3.7 miles to the right. And then you turn a little bit to the left. Depends on if you're a Republican or
you're not talking about time
Democrat.
travel all night, okay?
We're not talking about time travel at all. You can't think of time travel. It's the opposite of time travel. It's the opposite of all thought.
Okay. I gotta put arrive. Time travel your ass.
That's the time travel algorithm that's written in code. So if you can decipher that, then you'll be able to time travel. That's the algorithm. You have to decipher it then. So you're saying we're losing.
Yes, we're losing 20 minutes, all for $1.
We lost 20 minutes of the time travel.
Yes.
So we actually arrived 20 minutes. So we just time traveled. And I'm doing it right here.
Help! Help!
No, that's not it. You're supposed to do that later. You did it too much. You can create a butterfly effect. You want to wait a little moment before you do that. All right, it's most likely a house, but some apartments do have the same address as a house. And some houses have the same type of address as an apartment, like a suite number, stuff like that. There are some houses that have suite numbers. Most likely this is just a house. So explain how we lost 4 minutes.
That special light back.
What was special about the light?
It was glowing.
The light was glowing, and that's part of time travel right there. So it'll glow before you arrive. When you arrive in that space and time, you'll no longer glow for a little while. You'll look normal again, just like a regular person. But you start off glowing, so you start to glow. You get it? And when you arrive there, you look kind of normal again. So it's very strange how it happens, but the software actually embeds you. You become part of the software, just like Tron. It's very similar to Tron, if you've ever seen Tron. What are you talking about?
Do you know the next one?
Yeah, we got to turn off up here, remember? The exit. I say turn off, but you can also say exit. Exit's probably better because you don't want to turn off. You want to turn on. The tri-cell theorem basically means that when you time travel, you go into software. Like, let's say you sell into like a Tron type of program. You go into the software and you become part of the computer. So that means all of you, your molecules, everything. So you disintegrate, you become part of the software and part of the computer. Then it recreates you in a different time and space, which I call the not there. meaning another place that you don't exist anymore. So it's like it's like you're dead almost, but you're really alive because you're still in the program or the software. Then it recreates you, and then all of a sudden you're in a different time and space. And picture, if you will, a place of a different history, a different parallel universe. And that is part of the time travel. Check the map on that one. The spoondrift theory, which we're about to go down spoondrift drive, is when time travel is part of the universe itself. And that's not a theory I completely agree with, but it's a theory that I've created. I don't agree with it anymore. But the spoondrift theory basically it would be that the time that you go to is in the universe. And you can do that, but that's just basically transporting, which is different than time travel. Time travel is when you go to the not there. So you go to something that no longer is, and then it becomes. That's time travel. We should be there by now. That's time. The algorithm? We should be there by now. Speak, that means we arrived. You got the algorithm? It's right there. It's that one.
You said 16.
Nope, it's that one right there.
Speak, that means we arrived. It's right there. It's that one. You said 16. Nope, it's that one right there.
Ooh, double the trouble.
What?
We do have a classic car alert. We did time travel, but we're about 20 minutes late. Now we're going to be passing the classic car to our right. And they're past the Nazis. Oops, time travel software. Create it with a pen, just like Steve Jobs.
How far is it?
7.4 miles.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, about that. It's 2.3. About 2.3. And this one, you only have to go 18 miles per hour. And it goes... But it won't be able to use a car, though. There's too much metal. You can only time travel with people. So Terminator won't be had it right. You have to be completely naked to do it, or the clothing confused with you if the software gets it confused. So it's better to be naked when you time travel. Then whenever you reappear naked. So you have to borrow some clothing at a nearby thrift store. Right, sweetie?
Yes.
We've been time traveling for years. Now where do we go? Oh, sea breeze. The sea breeze theory. Right. The sea breeze theory is a theory that you can create like an ocean of software. And be like a whole community could travel in time and space. So picture, you will, an ocean of software that's floating in liquid. And then you fall into it and boom, you reappear in another time and space. There will be paradoxes. Strange things will happen when you begin to time travel. Sometimes a flag will be upside down. Things like that. Things will not seem as they should seem. They will unseem, as you would say. They'll be the opposite of what you think. And that's when you know you're time traveling. Now you can also find what I call a timer or a time traveler. And a lot of times they're out of place. Something looks very conspicuous about them. Maybe they drive a little different. They use a different deodorant. sometimes they lag behind the world just a little bit. And they drink lots of beer. You're a time traveler, aren't you? Secretly, just admit it. Confess it. You are a time traveler. You've been a time traveler the whole time. Oh, green light. Just found evidence of David Lynch.
Can you park? Can you park? What are you doing?
Just a second. There it is, right there. See it? One way to find a time traveler is most of them will kind of wander. And they'll smoke cigarettes and drink lots of beer. Because the software reads them better if they have nicotine in their system and if they have alcohol in their system. So if you're a major alcoholic, you're a great time traveler because the software reads it better and accepts it. Because an alcoholic is not there. A person that smokes cigarettes, well, they're not there. So they can actually time travel way better. Now, you can have a sober person time travel too, but it's harder because they have more of a spirit. And their spirit is harder to transform into the software, but it can be done. One thing about a time traveler is they do take time. They know everything about time. A sober person does, but they know more about the spirit. And a time traveler will be very good at math and science. They'll know part of their element chart, and they'll know how to count money. But they do take time.